So there's this girl online that's made a video. I'm not sure whether it's just her because I think it's a popular belief that spirituality it's not something that you believe in, but it's a radio station of truth, right? You're either tuned in or tuned out. And I don't agree 100%. So bear with me. Here's my take. The difference between religions and spirituality is that in religion you have a set of belief, you have a system that someone tells you that if you believe in that you have to believe in different things. Those are the rules of engagement, right? So if you believe in Jesus, you have to believe in hell, you have to believe in sin, and blah 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 blah, and everything that the Bible says, and respectively for all the other religions. Whereas in spirituality you do tune in. And it's a very important part of spirituality that true spiritual people, truly awakened people, and I don't talk about this new age surface level sprinkle nonsense that you just burn sage and believe in karma, right? I mean true spiritual people, we get our information from downloads, right? Those downloads come to us either in meditation or in dreams. We figure it out on our own. There's no rule book, there's no Bible, there's no rules of engagement, right? Yes, we can have our mentors, we can have our teachers. I always say it's so important to, have people who guide you when you're new at this, who guide you through this journey until you really tap into your inner guru. But ultimately, we are connected to the divine. We find a connection to the divine. So everything we know, everything we believe in, and not because we went to a course, not because we went to a master class, not because we read a book, it's a download. Those master classes, those courses, they can be inspiration, they can be something that we're guided to do to trigger something, but in the end, that ultimate truth that we believe in comes to us in a download. But a very important thing that we must remember is that the download is still filtered through the receiver, a physical body, a physical mind of the ego. It is impossible to release that 100%. If it were, it wouldn't really have much sense, this human experience, right? So everything that we know, this is why if you think about this, that if you look at really spiritual people, we're going to believe same things, but there are going to be differences. Why? Because the downloads that we receive are also designed for our individual journey. The divine, it brings that information to you. What is it that you need to know? What is it that is relevant on your journey? What is it that I want you to know to help you to grow and fulfill your destiny, right? We're incapable, again, in this physical body to grasp all of the universal truth. So it's always going to be little seeds of information. No one knows it all. And I think it's so important to remember that when we have our mentors, when we have our gurus, right, that they still filter that information. They might have more downloads, they might have more information, but they still filter that energetical information coming to us through the vessel of their physical body. So always remember, no one knows it all. Trust your intuition. Every information that comes to you from the biggest, wisest guru, is it relevant to me? Do I really believe it's true? Your intuition will always tell you. Your intuition will always tell you. And question everything. That is another element of that spiritual path. Because if you just say that you've released the matrix, right, the religions, the all everything that society tells you, that the cultures tell you, and you put yourself in another frame of what spiritual gurus tell you, and again you follow the rules that you have to, right? You have to meditate. You have to go through this and that. You have to have more, dark night of the soul that just went, whatever. You have to be divine feminine. You have to be, again, stories, They're just stories. I have to make another video about stories and identities because it's another topic that I think that there's a lot of misconception. And again, I want to give you my individual truth that I received in download, right? But you have to be very careful not to get from one cage to another. That is the core of spirituality. In the end, we never know. We have to use our body as that recipient of that information that comes to us straight from the divine. But always remember that your best source of information is that inner guru. And until you release the shackles of your traumas, of your shadows, of your limiting beliefs, and are truly tapped into that inner guru, that is when it will be relevant for your journey to have mentors, to have teachers, right? To have people who inspire you, because they will always guide you toward the right direction. Nothing happens as a coincidence in the infinite wisdom of the universe, right? So if you saw a video of someone saying something, it's for a reason. Sometimes it's for you to start thinking about this, and sometimes it's for you to understand in your intuition that you completely disagree. And it's okay, right? Another big thing of this community is we have to agree to disagree, because again, certain things are relevant just to us. And when we talk about soul ties, when we talk about divine journey, I always say this to you guys. This is why it's so important to treat this individually, because certain things will be same for every story, but certain things will be very individual. There is no universal mold that you can put someone's story into just because they're on a twin flame journey, or because they're on a soulmate journey, or because they're on a deep awakening journey. No, it defies the essence of spirituality and freedom. So in the end, all that exists is that you are, and you have the capability to connect to your higher self and directly to divine. Nothing else matters. The key of spirituality is to figure it out on your own, for yourself, for your individual journey.